Hello, friends. Jai Hind. I am Major Muhammad Ali Shah. I have the proud privilege and honor to be in conversation with one of the ladies who I truly admire greatly, who I have grown up admiring, and I consider her to be my mentor. I have learned a lot from her. Yes, she has written a book, a wonderful book called Comrades and Comebacks. And when I heard the title, in fact, many of my friends heard the title, they were like, "What is this? Is it a political book? What is this book? Is there controversy in that or whatever?" I mean, well, it's been published by Penguin authors, by Penguin publishers. And Penguin publishers does not publish anything which could be controversial, is what my take is. And so I dialed Saira and I asked her, "What is this?" My friends are asking, "Is it a political book?" She said, "No, it's about the history of the left and about the comeback, about their taking over in various states like Kerala, Tripura, Bengal. And but here, let's clarify certain doubts which we would be having with the book Comrade and Comeback. And let's come to Sarah straight away and let her speak to us about the book that she's written. Sarah, Jai Hind, and thank you very much for spending time.
Okay, hi Ali. Good evening, Jai Hind. So, like you know that I always felt that there's no book on the Indian left, and as I'm a student of history, I'm very interested in history. So because I like traveling globally and I like watching, spending time in museums, also understanding the geopolitical situation. So I felt that whenever you have to look or seek out any information on the Indian lab, you have to go to some long forgotten library or go to some, like long forgotten bookstore. So I felt that, the Indian left's contribution to the freedom struggle is very pivotal, and a lot of stories are forgotten. They don't get the attention that they deserve. For example, I've written a chapter of, I've questioned, was Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose a leftist? Okay, like if you look at Jawaharlal Nehru, you look at Netaji, at some point they were very inspired by the leftist ideology. Okay, and so it's about questioning the mainstream, what do you call, the revelation that they were essentially like congressmen, but the leanings were all very progressive left. So they're very interesting chapters on Bhagat Singh and about starting from the global left, okay, the left and the world. As in, I've written about Bernie Sanders, I've written about Che Guevara, who's been like a hero. And I always felt that you have a starking resemblance with Che Guevara. I think I've told you that for some reason you have a lot of similarity, and it is actually quite startling. So, I delve into, his writing, Che Guevara's, like where he's written about guerrilla warfare, socialism, man in Cuba, then of course Noam Chomsky, who's the greatest intellectual of our times. Then we delve into Bernie Sanders. So the initial part of the book, I can show you the cover here. I don't know whether
Right.
readers see it. Yeah, can you see it?
Looks very interesting. Yes, Sarah, it looks very interesting.
So I thought it's a very smart postal size stamp kind of design. So then there are a lot of like, you know, people who are, making an impact. You must have heard that now Zoran Mamdani is slated to be the next New York mayor, and he has very strong, Labour Party, very strong left leanings. So, the pun is, can the left get it right? That is the pun intended. So here I'm trying to break the stereotyping of leftists, where people assume they're the jhola carrying, little jaded people with scruffy beard or, wearing bifocal, you know, glasses and all that. So, it's the idea is to make left look cool, which left has always been cool. It's just that it's been stereotyped so badly by mainstream, different multimedia that it's kind of got lost in expression. So here it's again, a lot of, we delve into the left and the global world, as in, are all leftists Marxists? The more question is that people interchangeably use these terms. Are you a Marxist? And a lot of people say, no, I'm not a Marxist, but I'm a leftist. So it is my attempt to, kind of create this binary, whether there is a binary or not between Marxists and leftists. And then, I wanted to add a dash of humor to a very heavy topic. So that was the main agenda, that any earnest student, it could be a reader, it could be a film star, it could be somebody on the airport, somebody just like, just grabbing a cup of coffee in a bookstore, just wants to read about geopolitics. So that is where the whole, idea of the book started.
Wow, that's very interesting, in fact. And could you tell us about, I believe the blurbs have been very interestingly written by some very heavyweights like Nasiruddin Shah, Karan Thapar, Sayyid Yaqub Qureshi Saab, S.Y. Qureshi Saab, Rajdeep Sardesai, Lieutenant General Zamiruddin Shah, and tell us a bit about how you went about approaching these heavyweights. And in fact, these are very, very big names that I see over there, Saira.
Yeah. So the idea was, I didn't want the blurbs to be penned by the traditional communists, the traditional leftists. I want that's the whole idea of the book. I wanted people of all spectrums to read it. A diverse, audience. So Rajdeep Sardesai was kind, and he read my book and he gave me a blurb. Then Karan Thapar, of course, was very generous in praising the book. Then Mr. Qureshi, who's been the former Chief Election Commissioner of India, he delved into it and he enjoyed reading the book. And of course, there is, Nasir Sahab, Uncle Nasir Chacha. He has, of course, given, a blurb. Then I went all the way to Aligarh with you, right? And you must have understood why that meeting was so important with Professor Irfan Habib Sahab, because he's been a doyen of Indian history, especially medieval history. And back in the day, he was very involved in the student union in Aligarh. And, the world across, people, have studied his works, especially his contribution to Indian medieval history. So it was very important for me to get his blessings, because they all are growing older, right? And just to get an audience with him and have a cup of tea with him was like really amazing. I mean, you were there, so you can tell the audience of how sprightly and active they are even at this age. His wife is Saira.
Yeah.
And the couple, you remember she insisted that she'll, serve us that cold drink in the tray herself, right? You can tell the viewers of how sprightly and energetic they both are, and alert, even at this age.
The couple is mid-90s, and when we went to the house, Sarah ma'am, of course, one Sarah ma'am is here, and the other Sarah ma'am, the senior citizen, she got soft drinks in a tray, very fit, agile, and when Sarah, the junior Sarah, insisted that she will serve people around, she said, no, I will serve myself. And so alert. What a couple, touch wood. Mashallah, what a fine couple. Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Indeed. I mean, very, very inspiring. I mean, he's somebody who still cycles to work, and I think that is so awe-inspiring. So again, it's about, little nuggets of, what it is to be a leftist. I've kind of tried to delve into that. Like, Stalin's legacy, was it all about abuse of power and ownership, or was there something more to the man than, than what Stalin is known for? Then Marx's vision of communism and Stalin's, vision of communism. What are the difference? What are the, binaries between them? Then, of course, a call for rethinking socialism. Like, how do we, when we look at rethinking socialism, do we have to overhaul the whole thing, or do we need to, look at it as an overhaul the whole thing and look at a new way of rethinking socialism? Then, of course, Marx and the 1857 rebellion, the Sepoy Mutiny. As in, what did Karl Marx think about the Sepoy Mutiny and, the Indian freedom struggle? So I've written about that. Then, this was more about the left and the world. And then, we go into the left in India, okay, as in what were the first seeds of the communist movement in India. So I think that is very important for history lovers and people who are interested in geopolitics to understand where the left stood in India, where the what do you call them, how the movement started, the October Revolution, in USSR those days, right? How the Indian immigrants played a huge role in the October Revolution. That needs to be out in the public domain. So we've delved into that, and then how the Communist Party won successfully, every 5 terms in West Bengal, in Kerala, and Tripura was literally a red bastion for so many years. So yeah, about the left in India, like was Nehruji veering towards the left? What was it all about? What was his relationship with the left? Then we have leftist heroes, like Maulana Hasrat Mohani. We have Mr. M.N. Roy. We have Lakshmi Sehgal, who played a very big role in INA, right? But her initial days were of a leftist. INA to CPM. What was the journey like? Everyone knows about Captain Lakshmi Sehgal, but not many people know about her journey. So it's about leftist heroes. Then we try and break. Muzaffar Ahmad is also there. I've written about Muzaffar Ahmad, who was a big trade union builder. Then we've tried to break myths about, the Indian freedom, movement. People say, what did the Indian freedom, how did communists play a role in the Indian freedom movement? So the point is, if you look at the names in the Andaman jail, right? People are talking about Savarkar and all that these days, but a lot of people don't know that the leading names like Sachindranath Sanyal, who played a major role in fighting the British, they were all leftists, right? They were all communists. We have Barindranath Ghosh, we have Batukshar Datta, okay, who was a prominent Indian revolutionary freedom fighter. So very interesting stories about these, right? Then, now a lot of channels are trying to slander the left. It's about getting the perspective right, that about their role in the freedom struggle. And I think it was needed at this point. Then, then I've written about the 3 states. I've written about Kerala. I've written about Tripura. I've written about West Bengal, how it maintained, power for so many years, how it kind of strengthened a democratic movement. Then, the fall of the left is important in West Bengal. The whole Singur Nandigram episode, I've written about that. So then about the new left, the new hope, about where we are heading, reimagining a new left. So I think it is going to be a very interesting read. That is my take. Yeah.
So basically, you mean to say it's a non-political book. It's on the history of the left. Am I right in understanding that?
See, it is political history. It's not like demonizing any political party or whatever. It's written. It's a pragmatic book looking at, it's a political history book. Yeah.
Okay, that's important. So you haven't demonized any political party. It's about the history of the left political party.
Big left, yes. Correct.
Like that.
Right.
Not interested. Right. So tell me one thing. A person who's not interested in politics, who doesn't follow politics, in fact, but not everyone is interested in politics. So would you recommend this book to a person who's not into politics? For them, they can also read it or no?
But you might be interested in history, right? You might be interested in history. And it's anyway good for general knowledge, because why do you want to go and try and hunt something? Here is a book that's readily available everywhere in all the leading bookstores from the 30th of August onwards. It will be available everywhere. So pick it up. It's a lot of eminent people have given blurbs, and I have the blessings of Professor Irfan Habib, the man, the GOAT himself. Yeah.
Right. So 31st August, it will be available in your nearest bookstore. I believe the pre-ordering has already started and it's selling like hotcakes.
Yes, yes. The feedback that was given to me, the pre-orders are really doing well, and that is really encouraging.
So how does one pre-order? Could you tell our viewers that? And supposing our viewers want
Just,
to pre-order, and I would
just,
recommend, highly
uh,
recommend.
yeah, just go to Amazon and in the search type "Comrades and Comebacks" by Saira Shah Halim and just pre-order it.
Okay, and it will be there on Flipkart and Amazon and online
Correct.
everywhere, right?
It's already there on Amazon. It's already there on Amazon. And
The hard copy.
once the YouTube video is out, you can share the pre-link. What do you call the link? That is how people know. So once the your video is out, I would request you to share the link of the Amazon so they can click it and immediately the pre-link page will come in.
Understood. And I know you are busy, and I'll just quickly wind up by asking you. You have fought elections on behalf of left of CPIM.
Right.
You have fought an MLA election, MP election, and I think you did very, very well. In fact, you revived the party. Though, of course, I mean, you guys couldn't come in power, but you revived the party from where you took it to some level. So what? And you said it's about image changing of the left. So earlier, yeah, that impression was that left means okay, a typical image was created in your mind. But when they saw you as a left candidate, it was a very cosmopolitan image thereafter. So what do you have to
Correct.
say about that, Saira?
Okay, so like I said, people have very stereotypical, kind of ideas about what a left politician should look like. And in a way, I think my candidature helped, people to perceive left in a very different way. Because here I am, who's not been a traditional, like Marxist or a traditional communist. I have been a liberal, right? A progressive left liberal. And then the party nominated my name, and I managed to revive the left fortunes by increasing the left vote share from 5% to more than 30% within a year. And because of my performance, the left nominated my name for the Kolkata South seat last year for the Lok Sabha election. Right, the left did not win for whatever reasons, but no one can deny they played a very strong role in the students' movement, the farmers' protest, and any other pivotal issue in the country. The left has always stood up to voice concerns about the marginalized sections of society.
Right, sir. Sarah, I sincerely thank you for your time. And I see we're going to just touch upon 18 minutes, which is a time for a TED talk or a TEDx talk. And our father is a TEDx speaker. You are a TEDx speaker. I am a TEDx speaker. So I think we'll end on that note on 18 minutes, which is the TED time. I sincerely thank you very much, Sarah. And before I let you go, I have to compliment you. You are looking very, very pretty. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Take care.
Thanks for having me over. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sarah. Good night. Bye.
Bye. Good night.